Hey, you may notice some changes around here because that's what we do is we grow, we evolve, we change. And I am in the throes of writing my next book. And I want you to come along with me on this journey and help me to ensure that I write a book that you want and that you need and that will help you. And so I'm going to dedicate this space to popping in a video each month with my latest thinking and organization of this book with the hopes that you will participate and respond and say, hey, tell me more about this. This really resonates, or that doesn't make sense, or I disagree. And let's work together because really that's the essence of what this book is about is creating connection in our work more than control. It's a lot to unpack in one entry video, but let me give you a little bit of the why this matters and what I'm looking to do. And I've actually written some things out because I wanted to actually articulate it well. So the problem that I am going to address is that the root cause of burnout and what we were told success is are one and the same, which creates a major problem with our mindset, our motivation, our practices. So I remember the first day that I looked at the research on burnout from the 1974 report from Herbert Friedenberger. You've heard me talk about that here. If if you've seen me speak anywhere, you've probably heard me talk about it. But I looked at the root cause of burnout from this study, and it was to prove yourself, work harder, and take care of everything else first and neglect your own needs. And there were actually several others, but those were the root causes. So as a consultant, I always go to like, if we solve root cause, then we don't have to worry about the rest, right? But when I looked at that, prove yourself, work harder, take care of the business first, I thought, well, that can't be right. That's what I was told success is. Prove yourself, work harder, take care of the business, and it will take care of you. Well, we can see where this has ended up. We have an epidemic of burnout, and we're at an inflection point in life and in business. The old paradigms and practices of traditional leadership models fall short. Burnout is rampant for both employees as well as leaders. So it really is a bit of chaos right now. And leaders have this need to make sure that we can be profitable and to grow. That's why our business exists. And so they're doubling down on, I have to control everything. We have to go back to the way it was before we all went home to work in 2020. And that's just not going to work. Doubling down on control is going to create more resistance because the expectations of life and work have changed forever as a result of our time in quarantine in 2020. So it's time to reimagine and create a new way to work and to lead. So my premise is we need to reignite, or maybe for the first time, really ignite the spark of humanity that lives in all of us. There's nothing more powerful and energetic than a human with purpose. And this innate desire to grow and serve that we're hardwired with, I want that to be what we harness in our leadership for this new age, what I call the age of humanity. And so that's what I'm working on in this book. Because Throughout my business journey, which spans over 3 decades, can you believe that? Um, I've weathered highs, lows in business and in life. Everything from a $36 million sales track record and growing to the struggles of life, divorce, co-parenting, raising a kid with ADHD, the uncertainty of a startup business. Um, it's life, it's real life experiences that really fuel my passion to inspire others because I know that our work impacts our life and our life impacts we are one person. And I believe that making money just ought to feel better. And I do know that there is a way that makes this all possible. And so I want to share this with you. It's a methodology that I've created, a framework to reignite passion in people, but also to drive growth for the business. And in order to do this, we as leaders and we as, whatever role that you have, I believe we're all leaders, but we're at whatever role you have in the org chart, we're going to have to get comfortable with navigating this change because going back to the old way is not going to work, and be willing to shape a brighter future for ourselves. And I believe we really do want the autonomy that we know drives our motivation. If you read Daniel Pink's book, Drive, it's hardwired. And so I'm going to be writing a lot about the nervous system and how our body and our brain actually works, connected with my 30 years of business acumen and understanding of what it means to execute on strategy. And then the biblical leadership principles that mean so much to me in my faith. And it's the culmination of those three that are inspiring this book and these concepts. But in essence, we need to be able to transform an organization from fear and burnout to inspired and authentic confidence, to be able to lead with humility. And what's interesting in the way I'm breaking this down is it's impossible to lead with humility without starting with authentic confidence. And that'll be a big part of the book. And when we lead with humility and shift to an empowerment of others and their authentic confidence, it's not a top-down kind of thing. It's more like if you took the org chart and you laid it down and you said, somebody needs to be shining the light to the future. What's the path? But not from on high, top down, but from leading out in front, like I said, casting a vision and shining a light, and then being able to turn around and shine that light on others, so they know how to contribute to where you're going as an organization, which is all about a human experience designed for service and stewardship. Service meaning your business has no inherent right to exist unless you're helping another human in some way, either solving a problem for them or giving them an opportunity to grow and develop and do something that they've not done before. So again, shifting from control to connection so that we can tap into sustainable growth and profitability and experience that ripple effect that happens when we make a difference, when we have impact. And so I believe that work can be the catalyst to change our society and change our lives because we spend the most hours at work. The numbers are there, and globally, 57% of the population works. In the US, I think it's 56, I don't know with the exact numbers, over 50%. So if we can impact the way that we work, we have the strongest catalyst for changing the way that we live. And again, I want to make work feel better. I want to ignite the change in our world that we all inherently know something's got to give. And I believe the answers lie in how we work, how we show up for work, how we lead. So what's the actual method that I'm writing about? It's called VRI, value, relevance, and impact. And value is in your capabilities, who you are, your unique gifts, talents, and abilities, and then showing up looking for relevant ways in your business to use those talents, and what's the impact that you can have both on people and profitability in the bottom line of the business. And so there's lots to unpack here. So I'm writing a book about it. Um, so that's where I'm going, because we know, if you've been around here for a while, business is human. Humans are personal, emotional, and social, and businesses need to control, measure, and optimize. But we oftentimes get our wires crossed and try to control the humans instead, which is not ever, it never worked really well, but it certainly isn't going to work in people's expectations for work and life in a post 2020 world. So that's what I'm working on, tentatively titled Jumpstart, because I believe in a world of burnout, we need a jumpstart to our humanity, the spark that lives in all of us, to do things differently. So thank you for being a part of this community. Thank you for believing in me enough to give me your email address. And again, I would love to just start this as a conversation and hit reply and tell me, what are you thinking? What is, like, I know this is a really high level overview and I want to go deep in everything, but I don't want this to be 2 hours long. So I'm going to unpack this each month, and I would love to hear your thoughts and your affirmations as well as your feedback. So again, thanks for being here. Love you, mean it.